Welcome to the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Sports Hub podcast presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. I'm your host, Kyle Coppola. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're talking with Leesburg softball. We got Coach Prescott on with us, Amber Prescott and Thomas Prescott on with us. We'll also be talking with Cassidy Custer later on today and Sophia Ross as well. Thank you both for coming on to the program.
Thank you for having us. It's good to be back.
Yeah, great to have you guys back. You guys are off to a 10-1 start this season. Talk a little bit, Coach, about your season so far.
Well, the girls are off to a 10-1 start. Offensively, we're really getting it done. It's our last two games. We've had, I think the last two games, it was about 15 hits in the last two games. So it's just fun to watch. I'm in the third base coach's box, just waving them in. But it's a lot of offensive production. But we're still able to play small ball if we need to.
Yeah. So
we don't shy away from that. When we practice, we're still putting sacrifice bunts down. We're still bunting for hits. We're still, we play the game the right way. And the big thing this year too, along with how good the offense is we got a little bit more speed in. So we're creating a lot of chaos. We're stealing bases, we're double stealing. It's fun to watch. So
yeah, you got girls flying all over the field this year. You've had a lot of early success. What do you attribute that success to, Coach?
A lot of it, I think, is just our work ethic. We really hound the girls about putting in extra work and being there. We've been working since the summer of last year doing stuff. So just keep at it every day and working hard and putting in that work ethic.
And for people that might be tuning in, this is a complete total turnaround of this program. A couple of years ago, you were averaging 3-4 wins a season, and that had been going on for a decade plus at Leesburg and the years prior to that too. It had been, since fast pitch was introduced in the 90s, it had been a long time since Leesburg had won even over 10 games. Last year, you come out, you win 16 games last year, you go 16-7, and you build that confidence at Leesburg High School. What's the turnaround been like for you guys?
It's something special. I think it starts with the kids buying in. We have this saying in our program, winning's not free. I don't believe winning's free. We're lifting weights in the summer, we're lifting weights in the fall, we're having open fields in the summer, we're playing fall ball games. So it's an all year round thing. And I believe our kids have really bought into the philosophy of staying for extra work.
Mm-hmm.
We always we always make ourselves available for extra work. Because it's just going to make you better as a ball player and as a person at the end of the day. So it's fun to watch. It's just last year, like you said, 16-7. This year, we're off to a 10-1 start. Last year was win. This year is win and try to go after a district championship. So that's the main goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when you think about last year and how that went. 16, so you end up with the winning record. Obviously, didn't make it through the district the way you guys wanted to, but you have plans to make it through more of the district this season. What is that looking like this season? That's kind of down the road a little bit. But what would be a successful year for you guys this year?
I think with the schedule that we have coming up, we kind of built the schedule to build their confidence, and now when we come back from spring break, we're going to have a little tougher challenge coming back, and I think just building their confidence with those games as well. They've done a really great job before spring break, hitting and building those runs and that confidence, and now hopefully with these little tougher games, it'll help them even more build confidence. And then so going into district play, they'll have a lot more confidence playing the tougher teams that we will see in our district.
What's it been like year two for you guys at Leesburg High School too? Because when you came and took the program on, you had a lot of work to do, and a lot of people don't see what goes on behind the scenes, but you guys live it every day.
It's an everyday grind. It's something. There's always something to do. Whether it's just down to the smallest things of even like pressure washing the batting cage or doing field work, spraying the weeds out on the field. We're constantly trying to give our athletes the best facilities that we can. Last year around this time when we spoke, we were getting ready to put a roof over our cage. So that's been a really nice, luxury to have. But, the girls are buying into, what we want as a program. They come to work every day. I mean, it's a no joke program. You got to have a work ethic to survive what we do. So they've really bought into it.
Coming in last year, we had between last year and this year, we've lost a lot of numbers. And that's basically us coming in and changing the culture and, being strict and expecting things. And so a lot of girls have fallen off, but the ones that have stayed are tough and put in a lot of work. They're very hard workers.
And we've seen that with teams in the past as well. And, new coaching staff comes in, reinvigorates things for the program. And obviously that's what you guys are doing, which is really, really important. Let's talk about some of your players this season. You got some exciting players on the roster. We're going to be talking with Cassidy Custer here in just a little bit, but she's a catcher for you guys. Came to the program this season, and boy, some of the numbers she's putting up are very impressive, Coach.
Yeah, she's fun to watch. She catches and plays first base for us, but I enjoy watching her behind the plate the most. I mean, she frames it with the best of them. She blocks it. I mean, she throws runners out consistently. So, she's really fun. She's I have two nicknames for her, the comeback kid and like the alpha dog behind the plate, because she sees the whole field and she controls the game. So she's really fun to watch. She's actually our first college signee. You were there that day actually at the high school. She's committed to Milwaukee Area Technical College, so we're super proud of her for that. Just happy to have her. Just really brought a different look to our program.
And it's great to have a player like that, especially coming into college. That means a lot to the Leesburg program as well. This is huge to have a college signee coming off of the team. One of the first, if not maybe the first in program history. What does it mean to have a player like Cassidy Custer on the team, and she signed to college, and that's got to mean something for you?
Yeah, I think she's just setting the precedent, what we're expecting. We want all of our girls, if they want to go on to college, that's our goal, is to get them there. So having that first one, I think that's just the starter of many to come.
What's the philosophy been like this year for you guys? Because you had that first year, discipline your team, get that kind of out of the workings, and now you're having more success, winning lots of softball games. What's the philosophy that you like to preach to your team?
Come to work or get out. Come to work or get out. It's if you have a good work ethic, you'll survive what we do. If you don't have a good work ethic, then our program's not for you. But to the kids' credit, they've all bought into what we teach. They all have great work ethic, and it's showing. Because if you don't have a good work ethic, you're not going to win ball games. So, to their credit, they're doing a great job. So I'm super proud of them. And Cassidy is our first college. She's our first college signee. But I also want to talk about some of the other seniors that we have. So there's a group of 4 of them, and 3 out of the 4 will actually end up signing. 2 of them have a workout down at the University of Fort Lauderdale tomorrow. So, we're moving in the right direction as far as getting kids to the next level. You can see it's starting to grow a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to grow. And not only there's a program growing, but you guys are growing as a program as well. You had some things you did to the. You mentioned putting a roof over the batter's box. That's really exciting for what you got going on there. Mm-hmm. Talk about some of the improvements that you've made to the facility as well, because I've noticed some things going on over there at the field.
Yes, so that's he and another volunteer coach that we have do a lot of the work there, but mainly just keeping the field in shape, dragging the field constantly, filling it with clay if it needs clay. Weed eating the weeds on the warning track. And then, yes, we've done a lot of pressure washing, upgraded the batting cages. And it's exciting to have that for the program as well, because I know the baseball facility shut down over there, but they play over at Pat Thomas Stadium, which is a beautiful place, but there's no softball field over there. So you guys are the main
stick and ball team that play on campus, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, we just to add what Coach Amber said, we put a hitter's eye on the warning track that goes all across the outfield fence, so just to kind of give the field a facelift. So that's one of the other upgrades, and then a hitter's eye on the back fence of right behind home plate. So that's another thing we did to update the field. So any little thing that we can find, like if we find something that needs to be done, we get after it right away. And just anything we can come up with.
What invigorates you the most about the program and the next couple of years as well? Because you've built a great ground base, but now you're going to try to sustain that success as well, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to see who comes in, if we get transfers or if, girls coming up from middle school, like what a winning culture is going to bring to Leesburg. How, make sure, if the girls are going to come in with that work ethic that we expect, or if, they'll fall off, we'll see. But
yeah, how about you, Coach?
Same thing. Year 1 was win. Year 2 is win and go after a district title. But what I'm excited to see is with the few pieces that got added this year, if we're looking forward, into the future, what's next year going to look like? Hey, are we going to get some more talented middle schoolers that are coming into their freshman year of high school, or are we going to get some more talented transfers? Because winning attracts. Yeah. I mean, winning talks. If you win, kids are going to come. So that's the main goal.
I think softball, in Lake County and Sumter County, I think it's at its all-time high right now. You got girls going all over the place. Eustis, of course, always sends girls places. You got girls from Tavares, yourselves sending girls to play collegiately, and that's really exciting. And I think that, when fast pitch came in the 90s, it really changed the game here, and you've seen the teams continually go to state championships in the area, and that's really exciting, and you guys are building toward that. What has it been like to see softball sort of rise? Because you played in the area, What has it been like to see it where it's at currently?
It's exciting to have the talent in the area. It definitely has changed a lot since I've played.
What's some of the main changes that have come since you played?
Well, I think so. I mean, when we played, we just kind of showed up, But now, yes, there's a huge commitment that comes with it. Feeder programs and those kind of things.
You mentioned the feeder programs as well. I think that's very important as well. Do you have any plans for feeder programs?
We do. One of our coaches is actually running a 14U team at the moment, so we're going to use that to bring in kids. That way we don't miss out on the middle schoolers from the area. And then also we also run a travel ball team called Power Alley Performance. So that's kind of our way of, just getting kids to, being able to talk to kids and, our way of playing more games and just kind of building the program from that aspect, because it's always great to have a feeder program, but you got to have different avenues to get kids in.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we're going to be talking to one of those players in just a little bit, Cassidy Custer, coming up on our program next. We're going to take a short break here on the Sports Hub. We'll come back with more Leesburg softball next.
Is pain or restricted range of motion keeping you on the sidelines? Get back in the game with expert orthopedic care from UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics provides robotic-assisted surgical joint repairs and replacements, post-operative care, and inpatient rehabilitation services, all close to home, right here in Lake and Sumter counties. And for those unexpected injuries, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics offers convenient walk-in and same-day appointments. To learn more or to schedule an appointment with one of their specialists, call 352-323-5665.
Hey, everybody. We are back here on the Sports Hub podcast. We're talking with Leesburg softball. We got Coach Thomas Prescott on with us, and we also have Cassidy Custer on with us, too. She's the catcher on the Leesburg team. Cassidy, thank you for coming on to the program.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, she's having a great year, Coach. We're going to talk to her in just a little bit, but I wanted to give out some numbers about how her season's going so far. A 750 average through just 10 games, and then 29 runs scored, 24 hits, 22 RBIs, 9 doubles and 3 triples. That's a heck of a way to start your season.
I mean, it's just she's one of the best hitters in the county for sure. But I think a lot of that has to do with her work ethic. I mean, she wants to hit every day. During practice, she's always, Coach, she's always asking me, Coach, can you stay for extra work? I want to hit. So whether it's front toss, machine work, tee work, I mean, she's always trying to get better. I mean, she never gets bored of hitting. She just wants to hit every day.
So last year we missed Cassidy Custer in Lake County last year, but give us a little bit about your story, because you burst onto the scene this year, and you're definitely one of the best hitters in Lake County so far this season.
Thank you. Last year I went and stayed with some family up north, and when I came back, I took a break from softball because it got overwhelming for a little while for me with the coaching staff that I had. They were good people, but not great at coaching for teenage girls, I'll put it that way, since very sensitive people teenage girls are. And so I came back and I was like, I miss softball. I'm going to come back to doing it. And because I missed it so much, I wanted to put in that extra work. I wanted to get better, and I definitely had a backbone and a lot of girls to help me stay for extra work and help me get that motivation on this team to be something.
And you definitely motivated the team. I mean, wow, what a year that Leesburg's having, 10-1 on the season. And it's not just you that's contributing. It's a lot of girls. Talk about your girls' efforts on the team.
Yes, every single person on this team has a contribution. There's always a person. It's never one single person on this team. There's never a group of girls. It's the entire group. Everybody contributes, even the girls who don't get much playing time, like Armani. She hit 2 doubles. She's hit in the park home run. Like, it's crazy. Everybody on this team is talented. Everybody contributes in their own way.
She's super well-spoken as well. She comes in, and she's had instant impact. The only thing you probably wish is that she was here for longer. Of course, she's a senior this year, but while she's here, she's done an incredible job for you, Coach.
Absolutely. I wish we had her for 4 years, but we'll take what we can get. She's having a heck of a senior year. The numbers speak for themselves. But I think one of the things that goes kind of like gets swept under the rug with Cassidy is that, I mean, yeah, she's a great softball player. I mean, I see that every day. I mean, she's a great catcher. She does her job, but she's a great person. I mean, I get to spend a lot of time with her after softball. When she stays for extra work, and during extra work, you just see what type of person she is. I mean, she'd take the shirt off her back for you. She's just that type of kid. So
where do you get your personality from? Because you got a great personality. We've been able to talk a little bit, but seems like you're a great team leader. Where does that come from?
Definitely my grandma. She's very, be yourself. People will like you. It's better to be open and spontaneous than to just live in a corner somewhere.
What's it been like to come back and have success at the softball scene? Because you took some time off, but then you come back, and then you've just been utterly dominant this season. What has that been like to you to come back and you put the work in, and it's definitely showed?
It's been definitely very motivating, and I don't really know the word to use for this, but very motivating and uplifting and positive. It's made a huge impact, not only in softball, but with my life outside of softball. If I was doing bad in softball a couple years ago, I just didn't want to do anything. It was very softball is my whole life. It's everything that I do. If I'm not with my family, I'm at softball. Softball is my family. So it kind of orients into everything that I do in a sense. And
what has it been like? And you mentioned earlier that the coaching staff had a lot to do with the reason that you quit softball for just a little while and took a break from it. Not quit, but took a break.
Yeah.
What has it been like to come back to Leesburg High School and be under the guidance of Coach Prescott?
Oh, it's awesome. All 3 coaches that we have, Coach Kelly, Coach Amber, Coach Thomas, they all help with not only softball, but with life. if you need them, they are there for you in every sense possible. It's just awesome to be on this team.
Okay, so you lead Lake County, I believe, in doubles. 9 doubles this season. That is a very impressive statistic. Anytime she hits the ball, I guess you're standing down the third baseline and you're either going to wave her in or tell her to stop at second. What's that been like, having a hitter like that on the team?
Fun. Absolutely fun. She's our 4-hole hitter. I mean, she's a true power hitter. So, I mean, she sets the precedence right there in the middle of the lineup. I mean, for pitchers, it's not a fun trip to go through that part of the order. So, I mean, when she's a hitting machine. She's an RBI machine. I mean, it's like you said, I'm either holding her up at second or waving her around to come to third. So anytime Cassidy gets up, I'm just, it's almost getting to the point where I just expect her to double. I mean, she's a legit hitter. So, but and I'll go back to this. You're not going to put up those numbers if you don't work at it. I mean, you're not going to have success if you don't put in extra work. So she's always every single day, I want to hit, coach. I want to hit. And there's the results.
What's your favorite thing about softball? Everybody has a thing that they enjoy about softball, but you've been playing for a while. What is your favorite thing when you get out there on the softball field? What do you enjoy most?
I want to say the pregame meals, but I'm just joking.
That's funny.
It's definitely the being able to see yourself progress, where you're starting at, and when you have a problem, being able to come out of it and be better than you were before.
And then for Leesburg High School, you come here. I know you're only here for a year, but Leesburg High School has seen a lot of growth, not just athletically, but academically as well. Got a lot of great things going on at Leesburg High School. What's it been like to go to Leesburg High?
It's awesome. I mean, the people on the team, coaches, the friendships that I've made, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
She mentions the friendships as well, and that's one of the things that I love. Sports brings people together, and you create lifelong bonds. That's so important that she just brought up as well, Coach, and that's really the culture that you're building.
Yeah, absolutely. You build lifelong friendships. I mean, 2 of my best men at my wedding were actually 2 of my college teammates. So, I mean, you're gonna remember your friends forever. I mean, especially at this age, you're gonna carry that into adulthood. So it's a very tight knit group, and I think a lot of that translates, to the success that we have on the field. But I mean, it's a fun group to be around. It's, off the field when they're all together. I mean, there's not a boring day. I mean, they're all over the place in a good way. So it's fun to watch.
It's definitely fun to watch, and it's been fun to watch you and learn a little bit more about you as well. One final question I have for you is some advice to younger players getting into the game of softball. There's a lot of times when seniors have the leadership. You're a leader now. You've been a freshman. You've been at the middle school level as well. What would you tell younger players getting into the game?
Just that don't stay somewhere you aren't happy, and you never know everything. There's always something you can learn and be better at.
Wise words, Coach. I want to thank Cassidy for coming on, and we can't wait to see the rest of your senior year. It's off to a hot start, and keep an eye out for this girl because she's going to be something at the collegiate level. I want to thank Cassidy for coming on. We're going to take another short break. When we come back, we'll be talking with Sophia Ross when we come back onto the program.
Get all the Social Security disability benefits you deserve with disability consultants Chris Bell and Jeff Bell. Our experienced Florida certified ADR handle claims on a contingency fee basis, meaning you don't pay unless we recover money for you. We have established a strong reputation as a firm that cares and provides the best care to its clients. Call us today or visit cbell.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Sports Hub podcast presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. I'm your host, Kyle Coppola. We're talking with Leesburg softball right now. We got head coach Amber Prescott on with us, and we've got Sophia Ross on with us as well. She's the second baseman at Leesburg for the softball team. Thanks for coming on, Sophia.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's you're having a great year. 333 average through just about 10 games played so far, 9 hits and 19 runs scored as well. This girl is your leadoff, which is exciting. She's got 9 hits, but she's taken a lot of walks this season as well. Patient player. Talk a little bit about Sophia.
Yeah, she knows her role. She comes in as the leadoff, and she'll see pitches. She doesn't go up there swinging at the very first pitch. And she gets on base, and if she gets on base, she's going.
So you're a patient player, Sophia. You're able to get on base, and it's been a fun year to watch you so far this year. How would you describe the early part of the season?
It's been a good start to the season, especially since we are 10-1. Being that leadoff, I've really learned, because I was leadoff last year as well, so I've really just learned what my role is and just how to make sure that I get on base to start the game off and continue the game no matter where I'm hitting throughout the innings.
Yeah, and you've had a lot of success with that as well, getting on base. And you've scored 19 times this season, so that means you're obviously getting on base. Whether it's taking a walk or getting a hit, you're able to get on base. And that's been important for the team. How important is it to be in that leadoff spot? Because that's one of the most important parts of the team.
Just being in that leadoff spot, it really kind of just controls the whole game. If I get out, who's in the second hole, Haley Toothaker, she's got a concussion right now, so she hasn't been in the 2-hole. She has a concussion because of me.
Whoops.
But usually she's in the 2-hole, and with her, it's kind of just copy and paste. If I get on, most of the time she gets on right behind me. If I get out, if I strike out, most of the time she's getting out right behind me. So just being in that leadoff really just kind of just starts off where we are in the game, especially because most of the time it is just a copy and paste with our first and second
and you
batters.
You have such a strong team this season, and you've played on the team in the past. And when the coach Prescott first came on last season, kind of took the program over and sort of changed things up a little bit. And now you're in there's a second season with Coach Prescott. What's it been like to play under the new coaching staff at Leesburg High School?
It's really has been amazing. I was there my freshman year when we didn't have them, and I was not enjoying softball how I should. And then they came in and just really completely took over the program, really just pushed us to our limits and beyond, and just really put us where we need to be to go to that next level.
And that's exciting to hear, Coach, because it's not just her, it's Cassidy that we heard earlier on the program. Cassidy Custer was with us. She said roughly the same thing, that you guys have had a positive influence on them.
Mm-hmm. We try to. We're very open with our girls. We're honest with them. We talk to them about stuff. If whether it's positive or negative, we are very open and honest with them. We want to keep that relationship with them so that they can trust us. They have to trust their coaches to build that bond. And I think we do have a very good bond with the girls. And they as well. They're seeing it trickle down from us, and they are building a bond with each other as well.
Sophia, what's been your biggest learning experience playing the game of softball?
My biggest learning experience has really just been to be patient and just make sure that you speak out, because nobody's going to know what you're thinking. Nobody's going to know what you're feeling if you don't say something about it and just really put it out there. If there is a problem, make sure to say something about it. If something's going good, say something about it, because negatives and positives, both of them help build the team in the long run.
How did you get into playing the game of softball as well? Because everybody has a unique story about how they started. Well, when did you start playing softball?
I've been playing for a really long time. I started out playing t-ball for the city of Leesburg, and then that just transferred into playing softball. Took 1 year off to play soccer. Do not like soccer at all. Nope, I'm not feet coordinated. So I just really knew that softball was where I wanted to stay. Softball was where I wanted to live after trying something else, and it was not for me.
Yeah. Everybody has a unique story about how they got into it, and it's fun to watch girls fall in love with the sport, because it's such a great sport in our area, and softball has grown by leaps and bounds, and it's great to see Leesburg, of course, putting a ton of effort into their program, which you have, Coach, the last couple of years. But what does it mean to have a player like Sophia on your team?
She's phenomenal. She is a true leader. The girls look up to her. We had some pitching issues this year, and she texted me. She's like, Coach, I want to step up and be a pitcher. Like, I need to step into this role. Let me do this. And we have fortunately had another pitcher come in, but she takes on those innings when the other one is not. So she's doing a great job. It has been a little learning curve for her, but she's doing excellent. And like I said, she's just a true leader. Like, her teammates look up to her. She's one that they can go to talk to if they need to talk to. If it's something that needs to be brought to our attention, she'll come to us and bring it to us. Like, it's just, she's loved all around.
Well, the communication seems like it's on point as well. You're very communicative with your players. How much has communication been a factor for you guys?
Very big. We stress communication. In our, in our parent meeting in the fall, we tell the girls, like, you're in high school now, you need to start communicating. Don't go through your mommy and daddy. Sometimes it is needed, but just, we really stress that they need to be the ones communicating with us. If they're going to miss something, let us know. If they're going to be late, let us know. Like, we have to have communication with them every single day.
Sophia, you're not just involved with softball, you're also involved with student government. What's that been like?
I've been in student government since my freshman year. My freshman year, I was freshman class president. Last year, I was a sophomore senator. And then this year, I'm junior class president. Next year, I'm hoping to run for full body executive president. It's really just, my dad has really influenced me in that, because he was in the in government stuff. And my family's just grown up at Leesburg High School. And so I just really wanted to be involved in everything. We're planning prom this year, and it's going to be the best one.
That's awesome. She's involved with the SGA, and she's a true leader, coach, and that's great to have on your team.
Yes. She is very beneficial to have on our team. She's helped a lot.
It's been fun to watch her go to work, and we can't wait to watch you the rest of the season. Thank you so much for coming on, learning a little bit more about you, and we can't wait to see what you do your rest of your junior and senior year.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to wrap things up for this edition of the Sports Hub. I want to thank our presenting sponsor, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. I'm your host, Kyle Coppola. I want to thank everybody for coming on Leesburg Softball, and we'll see you on the next edition of the Sports Hub next week.
This has been the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.